Hello everyone, my name is Chip. Today we've got a blue-white taxes deck that blinks and flickers so much, if this thing was a light bulb, you'd say, hey, that's a broken light bulb. We are running 10 flicker and blink effects in the deck. 4 Flicker Wisp, 4 Glimmerpoint Stag, and 2 Eldrazi Displacer. These can all get some troublesome creatures out of our way, allow us to re-trigger our own into the battlefield effects, they erase tokens, and if they can go off at instant speed, they can protect our permanents from our opponent's removal. Flicker Wisp and Glimmerpoint Stag, however, aren't restricted to targeting creatures. So today we're pairing them up with 4 Glasspool Mimic and 4 Skyclave Cleric. These are some of the new double-faced cards, so they can enter the battlefield tapped as lands, and we can flicker them with Flicker Wisps or Glimmerpoint Stag, and they will re-enter with the creature side facing up. This essentially cheats on their mana cost. Glasspool Mimic can enter as a copy of one of our creatures, so ideally we can have it enter as a copy of one of our flicker effects, and because it's entering during the end step, whatever it targets will be exiled until the beginning of the next end step. So we can take our opponents off a land for a turn, or we could take a combo piece off the table and overwhelm them with our 3-powered creatures. Skyclave Cleric, not as good as Glasspool Mimic, but it is a 1/3 that gains his life, so not only are we reducing the risk of flooding out, we gain some life and keep ourselves in the game. So yes, we're running these lands to reduce our risk of flooding out and getting mana screwed. Unfortunately, they enter tapped and are not dual lands, so we may still end up mana screwed. And to make matters worse, these exist as creatures in our hand, so they can be hit with targeted discard, and they are still weak to Blood Moon style effects. I'm trying to think of other reasons we're running them, but hey, here we are. Our other non-basics are 4 Adakar Waste, 4 Ghost Quarter, and 4 Hallowed Fountain. For basic lands, we're running 1 island and 2 plains. To combo with our flickering shenanigans, we're running 2 Skyclave Apparition, 4 Spell Queller, and 3 Archon of Emira. Our taxing pieces are 4 Leonin Arbiter, 2 Thalia Guardian of Thraben, and 4 Unsettled Mariner. We're opting for more Unsettled Mariners than Thalias, as we're running clone effects, and attempting to clone legendary creatures feels really bad. For our 1-drops, we've got 4 Aether Vial and 4 Path to Exile. In the sideboard, we're running 3 Rest in Peace, 2 Giver of Runes as an extra way to protect our creatures, 2 Lavinia Azorius Renegade. It combos with our Spell Queller and can punish Tron and Cascade style decks. 2 Uric Champions, 2 Mirran Crusaders, and 2 Phyrexian Revokers. They provide protection from troublesome colors, and Revoker gives us another way to shut down planeswalkers that might be outside of Skyclave Apparition's range. And lastly, we've got 2 Reflector Mage as extra creature removal that can be reused with our flickering effects. And that's today's deck. I'm a little worried, and I'm not sure that blowing up our own lands is really a winning strategy, but let's go to the games and find out. Alright, we lose the die roll. Get a alright hand, I suppose. So we'll keep. Opponent leads on a Blood Crypt, untapped, into an Inquisition. They take our Unsettled Mariner. They respect our taxes. They pass to us. Well, we'll run out the Glasspool Mimic. Pass the turn there. Opponent leads on a Polluted Delta and does nothing and passes to us. Okay. I wasn't expecting that. Just play Skyclave Cleric as a land. Pass it there. Opponent Inquisitions us again. Takes our Archon of Emeria. Passes to us. Draw a Path. Path to Exile is very good. Just going to play the Hallowed Fountain tapped. Pass the turn there. We're going to blow up a bunch of our lands. We want to make sure we're ahead on board. Alright, opponent cycles a Street Wraith. And passes the turn. Very nice. Skyclave Apparition. Okay, well that can deal with a threat later. Run out the Adakar Wastes. We're going to go for it with the Stag. Alright, Stag resolves. We're going to blink our Glasspool. Yep, opponent cracks their Polluted Delta. Gets themselves a Breeding Pool. Tap. Okay. They Fatal Push our Glimmerpoint Stag. Well, then Glasspool Mimic can't enter as a copy of anything. That's disappointing. Oh well, that's the risk you take. Guess we'll just lead on a Leonin Arbiter. Pass it there. Opponent's going to Fatal Push our Arbiter. Okay. Thoughtseize. Yep, takes Skyclave. Passes to us. Unsettled Mariner. Now that's fun. Well, they've been on 2 lands for a while, so let's see if this helps slow them down a bit. Thoughtseize. Okay, they're spending their entire turn Thoughtseizing us. Taking our Path to Exile. Yep. I'm expecting a big old Death Shadow anytime soon. Ghost Quarter. I like Ghost Quarter. Make them choose between red and black. That'd be cool. We'll play out Ghost Quarter. We'll just run out the Glimmerpoint now. Blink our creature land. Swing in for 2. Opponent takes it down to 7. We gain 2 life up to 22. Now we've got a little bit of a buffer. Oh, they cycle the Street Wraith. Yeah, they play a Death Shadow. Well, we are presenting lethal here, so I don't know what their game plan is. Path to Exile as well? Well, we'll lead with Flicker Wisp. And opponent scoops it up. Oh, they couldn't beat a Flicker Wisp. Okay. Sideboarding. Uric Champion seems good. Mirran Crusader seems good. Giver of Runes, force them to use the removal a bit differently. I like that. I'm just going to trim a few things because the givers are in. We're going to get rid of the displacers. Trim some Archon of Emerias. We'll keep one. We'll go down one Glimmerpoint Stag and one Spell Queller. Just run it back like that. Yeah, we can keep this one. Their hand hate's pretty priced into taking Mirren Crusader. They play a Blood Crypt, untap, Inquisition. They take our Skyclave Cleric. Okay, they're trying to pinch us on lands, I suppose. But that's what Vial's for. Adakar Wastes. Aether Vial. Pass the turn there. They cycle a Street Wraith. Play a Polluted Delta. Crack it immediately. Get a Watery Grave untapped. Thought sees us. Yep. They take the Mirren Crusader. And they've got the Death Shadow. Okay, how do we beat an early Death Shadow? Hope. So we've got the Glimmerpoint Stag as well. So soon we can just start blinking the Death Shadows out of our way. And hopefully start getting in that way. All right, they swing in for 2. We take it down to 18 and they play another Death Shadow. Okay, this is getting scary. Well, we tick up our Aether Vials. Thalia. I like Thalia a lot. Well, we're going to pass and maybe we can surprise block with the Thalia. Swinging in with both. With 2 mana up. Yeah, there's just too many removal spells for that. We are going to force the action though. We're going to vial in the Arbiter. They can operate on 2 lands, so stopping their fetch lands now doesn't achieve a whole lot. Yep, they fatal push it. We go down to 14, and they pass the turn to us. Well, we're going to tick up both our vials. Ryuk Champion. Oof, that's a good one. That's a very good one. I guess we'll see what they do. Just pass it there. All right, so they go to combat. Well, we'll activate Vial, put Ryuk Champion into play. Now, do we Vial out one of their lands? We can do that in the end step. All right. Well, we're just going to block, take 2 down to 12. And then in the end step, we're going to activate Aether Vial, put our Flicker Wisp into play, gain some life, and get rid of that Blood Crypt. Go to our turn, say no to both our Vials. Another Glimmerpoint Stag, okay. Well, we're going to Vial in our Thalia, gain some life, swing in for 3. And it takes it down to 8. And then in the end step, in response to our own Flicker Wisp trigger, we're going to activate our Vial on 3. We're going to put our Flicker Wisp into play. And we're going to take them off their Watery Grave. Oh, they're adding mana in response. Okay. Ryuk Champion's going to gain us some life. Are they going to pay 2 life for this though? So they can kill our Thalia? Because then you're dead to the Flicker Wisps. You've got choices to make, opponent. Can you make the right one? They do pay the 2 life. Okay. Ooh, interesting. They play a land, they're down to 4. Oh, were they hoping to draw Timur Battle Rage? Because they didn't get it. They didn't get it. Okay. All right. This mess of a deck is actually doing quite well. It's a 1-lander with an Aether Vial, but it's got some good pieces. Do we risk it? I think we can risk it. All right. Opponent leads on a Temple Garden to a Glade Cover Scout. Ugh. Well, that hurts. We're just going to go Plains into Aether Vial, pass it there. Opponent puts a Hyena Umbra on there. Glade Cover Scout swings in for 3. Take it down to 18. They're stuck on 1 land. And we've got a backup Thalia. Well, we'll just run out the first one then. If they haven't got another land, we can stop them from attacking for a time. No attacks. Okay, that's what I wanted to see. This only works as long as they don't have the land, though. Tick our Vial up to 2. Displacer. Ooh, okay. So if we can draw 1 more land, eventually we can get the lock. All right, we'll just pass it there. No attacks from our opponent. We'll put a counter on our Aether Vial. We draw the Spell Queller as well. Okay, we're definitely getting where we want to be. Just going to pass it there. Opponent plays a Slippery Bogle. Well, we're going to Aether Vial Spell Queller that. No attacks from our opponent. They concede the entire match? Take that, Bogles. They didn't even get to see the lock, so we had the lock coming down soon. So if we drew the land, we'd play Archon of Emeria, hold up Spell Queller, and then next turn we would put the Eldrazi Displacer into play, and we were just going to counter everything they had from that point on. All right, we lose the die roll. 1-lander with a Vial. Do we keep? As long as they don't Thought Seize us. It's not like it's modern or anything. All right, Snow-Covered Island. Passes to us. Well, Plains into Aether Vial. Pass it there. They play a Cavern of Souls, naming Merfolk. Gross. Silvergill Adept comes down. They reveal a Mistbinder. Okay, we are in a little bit of trouble. Well, we'll tick up our Aether Vial, play out a Glasspool Mimic, pass the turn there. And plays a Botanical Sanctum, runs out the Mistbinder, swings in for 3. Oh, we take it, down to 17. And they pass to us. We will put a counter on our Aether Vial. Archon of Emeria. Well, we're going to play our Glasspool Mimic, run out an Unsettled Mariner, pass the turn there. Opponent plays a Master of the Pearl Trident. Yep, gets in. We take it. Not much else we can do. In their end step, we're going to Violin our Leonin Arbiter, put a counter on our Aether Vial, Path to Exile. Not bad. Well, we'll just pass it there. Another Merfolk Mistbinder, okay, goes to combat. Violin Flickerwisp. Flickerwisp will target you. Path will target the Merfolk Mistbinder, and then we will block here. Alright, well, we're down to 7. Let's say we're in an alright position. I'm going to keep the Aether Vial on 3. Add a car wastes, not bad. Just get in for 3. Pass it there. Opponent goes to combat. Swings in for 3. Yeah, we'll take it. We're down to 4. Going to activate our Aether Vial. Put an Archon of Emeria into play. Pass it there. Keep this Aether Vial on 3. Another Spell Queller. That's not bad. Well, we'll just swing in for 2 in the air. Opponent's casting a Merfolk Trickster. Well, we'll Spell Queller it. Pass it there. Opponent plays a Mutavault. Lord of Atlantis. Well, we're going to Aether Vial. Put a Spell Queller into play. Take your Lord of Atlantis. Well, they're swinging with the Silvergill. Yeah, I mean, I'm happy to just trade a Spell Queller for a Silvergill right here. Yep. You may cast the card without paying its mana cost, but you've already tried to cast a spell this turn, and Archon's going to stop you. So good luck. Yep. Got him. Well, we'll keep Aether Vial where it is. Another Unsettled Mariner. I like that a lot. Ooh, Dismember on our Unsettled Mariner, hey? No, on the Archon of Emeria. Oh, I don't think I can let that happen. Yeah, Aether Vial. Spell Queller. Target that Dismember. And they scoop it up. Too many flyers. Too many flyers. I love it. Alright, what'll get them? Reflector Mage will get them. Giver of Runes can get them. Alright, well, they're not searching, so Arbiters can go. This is very slow. We'll mulligan. This is a little bit faster. We'll keep. What do we put to the bottom? Glimmer Point Stag. Done. And it leads on Botanical Sanctum to a Kamana's Speaker. Kamena's Speaker? Kamena's Speaker. Okay. Well, we draw a Spell Queller. We know they don't like that very much. Well, we'll run out of Giver. Pass it there. They play another Speaker. And they get in. Okay. Down to 17. They play a Waterlogged Grove. Pass to us. Path to Exile's not bad. Well, we'll just pass. Hopefully we hit a land next turn. Merfolk Mistbinder, yep. They swing in. Path the Mistbinder. No blocks from us. Unsettled Mariner. Ooh. Yeah, it's going to cost a lot of life, but we're going to give it a go. Pass it there. Another Merfolk Mistbinder. This is getting kind of gross. They swing in. Well, we'll go to blocks. Put the Unsettled Mariner in front of one of them. Give it pro green. They pass to us. Ooh. Out of all the lands to have drawn, why did it have to be that one? Just a big old oof. That's all I can say. I think we got to play Displacer here. Pass it there. Hopefully we've got enough blinking shenanigans that we can get out of this. Lord of Atlantis. Well, we don't have any islands just yet, so they swing in. Gave our Unsettled Mariner Island walk too. Okay. Okay, you pumped our Unsettled Mariner. I like that a lot. Alright, well, we'll go to blocks. We will block here. And here. Then we'll give this pro green. Oh, they've got the Dismember. Alright, they gobble that up with Dismember. Give her fizzles. But hey, we killed one of their lords and we can tap one of our lands for colored mana. That's pretty good. Alright, well, we draw the plains. So what can we do now to get out of this? We're on 2 life, so we need to be able to block 3 creatures. This hurts. They've got us. They've certainly got us. Alright, well, when you're playing Adakar Wastes, sometimes that's the price you pay. Oh dear. Alright, run it back. Yeah, we'll keep this. Play Skyclave Cleric tapped. Opponent leads on Botanical Sanctum into an Aether Vial. And they pass the turn there. We get the Displacer and we've got the Skyclave and the Reflector Mage and the Spell Queller. This is doing alright. If we can just survive until turn 3, then we can start doing stuff. Yep. Opponent puts a counter on their Aether Vial. Plays a Waterlogged Grove, casts a Spreading Seas on our Skyclave. Passes the turn there. We draw our own Aether Vial. I'm going to lead on Aether Vial, and then hopefully we can tempo them out. Opponent puts a counter on their Vial, plays another Vial, passes, okay. Put a counter on our Aether Vial. Hallowed Fountain, that's not a bad one. Put that into play, tap, pass it there. Opponent activates their Vial, puts a Silvergill Adept into play, yep. They get to draw a card. Opponent plays a Mutavault, swings in for 2. We're going to take it. Does nothing. Okay. Petty Theft on our Aether Vial. Seems like a good enough Spell Queller target to me. They pass to us. Put a counter on our Aether Vial. Unsettled Mariner. Now that's a card. That is a card. Well, we'll activate Aether Vial, put an Unsettled Mariner into play, run out our Skyclave Apparition, target your Aether Vial. They activate it in response, put a Master of the Pearl Trident into play. Yep, just pass it there. Suppose we could have attacked, we're not blocking this turn. Another Master of the Pearl Trident, okay. A swing in for 7. Kind of hoping we draw a land here. Pass the turn. We're going to put a counter on our Aether Vial. Alright, that can be a land. And I think we do play it as one. Alright, we'll pass the turn. Opponent's activating the Aether Vial. It's got another Silvergill Adept. Alright, keep the Vial on 2. They play a Snow-Covered Island. Activate their Mutavault, sure. Alright, so how do we survive here? If they got another Lord, we're dead. Long and the short of it, I think. So is it Displacer? Yeah, it's got to be Displacer. Alright, Displacer comes into play. Ghost Quarter targets Mutavault. They get themselves a land. Displacer blinks the Skyclave. Gonna try and eat a Master. Oh, they're vialing in. Ah, yep, they got Island Walk. Well, we're dead. We tried. They beat us with Island Walk. Could have Ghost Quartered our own land and maybe blocked, but that wasn't going to win us the game. Alright, Merfolk got us. So what did we think of this blue-white variant of Taxes? I've had a blast playing it. I did not have high hopes. I thought a lot of it was a bit too cute. The creature lands being able to get Thought Seized out of our hand happened a couple of times, but when that happens, they're taking one of our lands, essentially, so they're not taking our spells, and Mana Screw traditionally beats Mana Flood, so if they're not taking our game pieces with their hand hate, I'm okay with it. The Glasspool Mimic and Glimmerpoint Stag and Flickerwisp sort of combo where we can get out a bunch of creatures, don't think we ever really saw it go off in the video, but in some practice games, it certainly was able to amass the board in a way that our opponent can't deal with. I don't think 4 mana get 2 3/3s is all that great. I mean, Collected Company can do that. It can do that even more if you're running things like Rotting Regisaur. But it's certainly fun. And, you know, gone are the days of Oko where we get to beat people down with Elks. Until today, where beating people down with Glimmerpoint Stag, you actually learn that's quite fun. The Unsettled Mariners over some of the Thalias, I think, was a good decision. We've got the Glasspool Mimics, so being able to copy them is important. You can't copy Thalia because she's legendary. Even if there is a copy, it is technically another her, so they just cancel each other out. Running the extra lands that were tap lands, I certainly felt it. And running the Adakar Wastes for the Eldrazi Displacer, I felt that big time. The Adakar Wastes definitely burned us a lot in the game against Merfolk. I think they could be replaced with a Seachrome Coast, something like that, just being able to get it out. The Skyclave Cleric and Glasspool Mimic entering tapped was actually kind of a big deal. There were often turns when we had to play... You want to play these lands first because you don't want them to get Thought Seized, but then if you play them first, you can't play your Aether Vial, and then your Aether Vial gets Thought Seized. So it's kind of a disconnect between what you want to be doing and how the deck plays. Could definitely see just running the 4 Glasspool Mimics and cutting the Skyclave Clerics. Look, overall, the deck was pretty fun. It's hard to go wrong with Taxes, I guess. I mean, sometimes you build something and it just doesn't quite work. I've had that happen a few times, but this one, I was worried. It all played together very nicely. I had fun playing it. I hope you've enjoyed watching it. And until next time, have fun.